Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. WhymsicalWyvern here, trying to still kind of figure out what I'm doing, because I'm not completely sure right now. But I am here. I made it. And sometimes that's gotta be what that is. Alright, and then Saribot is here. I used to work for a soft drink can crusher. It was so depressing. Something really wrong about that. Alright, hopefully my notifications went out. That's a good question. I would think you just add an S, right? Now you've got me curious. Yeah, you just add an S. Here, I'll tape it. What? How would you spell it? If you just like adding extra letters, go for it. I've seen it both ways. But I don't think I've denied being American. Alright. This was the fastest thing I could get rolling. Today was a day I had trouble getting everything done. I was still in the chicken coop at like 5:30. Finally finished. Hi. Hi. Mangoes are so good. Now I kind of want mangoes. Ooh, do I want them dried or fresh? Fresh and warm from the sun? Or cold from the fridge? I don't know. You good, boss? I'm good. Or mango juice? Anyway, so then I was just so gross and sweaty and yucky, and like my eyes were stinging from all the sweat. So I went and got cleaned up, but I wasn't even starting to get cleaned up till it was almost 6. So I am here and clean and sparkly, and I've got my kids making dinner because I did not have time, and they're going to bring me something. And I'm going to do this because it's the fastest game, and any other game would have taken about 20 minutes to set up. So boom, boom, boom. I'm good. I'm here. Sorry, me eating mango every day. Oh. That sounds nummy. I don't have a mango tree right now. And when I do, they're so tall in Florida. I don't have a market where I really have a source right now that I like them. Alright, let me see. I'm not sure if I'm partway through one or not. I think I finished the mermaid one for Dragon last time, and then I finished up for some reason. So, Kenny, I'm going to ask you medical advice. If you get a wee bit of the heat stroke, you decide to offset the headache that comes with that with a little bit of aspirin before you go to bed. How bad is that exactly? Like, how bad? I know you're not supposed to do it. I'm just curious for hypothetical reasons. Sakura, clouds, spooky time. Oh. Maybe I'll just go ahead and do the comfy tea. I've wondered if it was nice or poopy ever since I saw it. It looks like it's gonna be like the poopy picture though. Gone, Mr. Diamond. Tiny banana. Daylight come. Who says that? Cool. Like, I've been told by doctors it's not a good idea, but I don't know why. I know it's not going to fix the problem. Ramen noodles, they have a little color because they've got the green, but it's still kind of poopy looking. I want something pretty. This is massive. I don't know how I feel about it, but everything is sunsets, I feel like. This looks like this could be Godzilla, which would be fun, but I'm wondering about the Torii Gate. I'm kind of in the mood for that right now. This just looks too brown again. Camellias should be fresh. Every time I go through, it's like different. There's different pictures to pick from, which is interesting but frustrating because I'm kind of a completionist. Yeah, I guess I could start with just a little gecko. He's kind of cute. At least gets me going. Just ask if you heard it from Jeff, who works the gas station, or someone under a bridge, but it's true. Kitty, I'm sorry. That was way funnier to me than it should be. I literally live in a place where people will take a scrap off a cardboard box with some spray paint and mark something on it to be a street sign. I don't even know what to tell you. That's big city info, I tell you. I don't normally go to gas stations for medical advice, though. I just, sometimes doctors say don't do something and there's a good reason, and sometimes it's because they're covering their butts. Nameless. Hi, Nameless. How are you? I mean, this would be pretty. You know what? I'm just going here. I'm doing this dragon. I'm doing the dragon. Let's find out what kind of dragon it is. I'm doing okay. How about you, Whimsy? I'm doing all right. I had to pick the fastest thing I could put up or I wasn't going to get streaming tonight at all. So I'm sorry, but I am here. And hopefully tomorrow will go better. I was still in my chicken coop, but 5 minutes before I would normally start streaming. So they're just... Some days it's just hard to get through everything. Got that slightly double vision too. That's awesome. That's gonna make this very interesting and challenging. Oh dear. Let's see if this is a wyvern dragon or a dwagon. If it's steampunky or fantasy. I don't know. We'll find out. We're gonna suss this out. You know, I was looking for that old Tallyman Banana song because I was in the mood to hear it the other day. I don't know, sometimes it's nice to blast it when it's sunrise because I'm a weirdo. Was just passing by real quick. I'm tired AF right now, lol. That's okay. Just to get the blood rolling, you know. And all it kept showing up was don't worry, be happy. So I was like, Sure, why not? I haven't listened to that in years. And it hit the spot, so I was happy. Be sleep well, nameless. Yes, be sleep well, nameless. I think everybody's ready for rest. I'm getting told I spell like an American. Here you go, Kenny. How about I spell it like this? Whoop. I'll spell color. How do you like that? Oh, 14. And I like basil and herbs and lovely things. Amazing. That's the thing that gets so confusing because Florida is very international, so we literally have to specify before spelling things sometimes. The American way, the UK way, the Australian way. How are we spelling this today? We're a bit of a jumbled up mess here, I guess. Banana boat, Harry Belafonte. That's what it is. Thank you. Oh. I don't know why I couldn't find it when I was looking. It was really bugging me. There we go. Yeah, I'll listen later. I don't know why. Ever so often I get to be at my bum to watch it. I mean, to listen to it right as the sun is coming up. I don't know. I'm a weirdo. Obviously not that often, but it was on my like Apple Music and everything, and it completely disappeared. So I don't know what happened, but it's there again now, I guess. I'm tired of that happening. I'm probably gonna ditch Apple Music this month. I'm so over it. Every time I want a song, it's gone. I'll just go back to YouTube. So I'm thinking of picking a program to do React to, and I've been looking at the River Monsters episodes because you guys talked about doing cryptid stuff, but I need something to do it with. But I'm open to other suggestions. Some people that handle it are really cool, but the episodes can be very spicy. And if I'm gonna like watch it without like pre-watching it, I need it, I don't know, something that's more Twitch safe, because I'm gonna get copyright claimed. That's just a given if I do that. But I don't earn money on YouTube, so I don't know that that matters. And Twitch doesn't usually care if you're reacting to that kind of content, so as long as it's not music. Here we go. Getting into the colors now. Anyway, I don't know. And then the question is something more obscure, something more like that we've talked about on stream, or something that's more like Loch Ness Monster. I don't know. But I thought it could be fun. I talked about it like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago with you guys, and I haven't forgotten. I've been looking into it. I'm just trying to figure out how to do it, but I'm a little bit closer to doing it. I might try to do it this week. We'll see. I just think it could be fun. Here we go. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Dude. Poke. Little poke. Oh my goodness. So are you doing any better, Kenny? I know you were on some kind of medicine that was making it hard to think, but you seem a bit more normal now. I hope you're doing better. Oh, I don't think I was doing that color yet. That's why there's so many of them here undone. I am on a roll. There we go. Of course, I'm always better. Do you really think YouTube will mind if you react to videos if you give full credit to source? Yeah, they mind, but they'll let you do it. So you still have all your sound and everything. And since I'm not monetized on YouTube anyway, I'm okay with it. I just thought it could be a fun switch up. Because I feel like content has been so weird lately anyway, trying to work on the computer and do different things. And then we've had issues with the Elgato, and then I hurt my hand. And I just sort of feel like I want to do something different myself and then get back into all the games I was playing. But just to switch it up. But I had already been thinking about doing like a React stream once a week, maybe, if it goes well. So, like I said, I know I'll get copyright claimed, but I don't think I care. It won't be a copy strike. It'll just be a claim, which means if any money gets made, it doesn't go to me, but I don't make money on YouTube, so it won't matter. And it's within terms of service on Twitch as long as I'm changing the material. So I think I'm okay. I don't think I'll get in trouble. The problem is if you open that door when you're small, then when you're bigger, that door is open. So since I would like to be bigger, but I kind of don't care. It's something I think would be a lot of fun, and I'm okay with that. I've thought about it, and I've decided I'm willing to at least play with it. Go for it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There's some crazy videos out there. So maybe I'll put something on the Discord. Is there anything that anybody has been wanting me to specifically? I know you've talked about Guga. The problem with Guga is I don't know how to react to Guga as a VTuber because you're looking at food and I'm not tasting it and I'm not directly interacting with it. I'm not sure how that would work, so I'm not sure I would want to do that as a first reaction, but I'm not against it. Also, I'm surprised you use Apple Music. Well, it used to be the cheapest, easiest way for me to do it, but it's no longer cost effective. Yes, my dear. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you. It's so pretty, too. So yummy, Artie. Thank you. I was against it for years. I'm a CD girl. And then I drifted away because, like I said, it was included with other prices and other things, but at this point it's not, and I'm just over it. I'd rather just have my own music. Artie is the favorite today. That is correct. Although I think Hedge did 2 loads of dishes, so I'm not sure that's completely fair. Oh, team effort. Oh. All right, I'm about to get into some of the colors that there's a lot more of. Anyway, I had been looking. I'm just not sure if they're too boring. Because there's like drama moments in the river monsters, but I also think they're a fun way to do. Because he does go like to Africa and look at actual coelacanths and stuff like that. So if you pick the right episode, it could be fun. And it goes over lore and myths and stuff. But sometimes it's overdone. I'm eating. I'm starting to feel like a human. It's not mango, but it's good. Pardon me. All right, now I think what I'm going to do. Yep. Let's just get some outline here, and then I'll come back in. I don't know about you, Kenny, but sometimes when I've gone all day without food, I can become a little bit of a grumpy bunny. The real problem is, if I wait too long, I won't be able to eat at all. So, I do try. Then that kills my reflux, and it's just a whole thing. It's staying on food schedule is so important. Blah, blah. Ah! You're a bunny. Please don't kill the reflux. You know, I saw the weirdest thing the other day. I almost pulled over and went back. I realized my whole life we have these little marsh hares. And they're always by the side of roads, but I've never seen one run over. And I could have sworn I saw one run over recently, and I was like, what the heck happened? They never get run over. Ah, here we go. I did mess that up. Oop. I figured I was probably sick or something, or it was being chased. There's things you expect to see. That was not something I ever... But I didn't realize I'd never seen it until I saw it, I guess, if that makes sense. Well, then I wasn't sure, but I didn't go back. I don't know what I would have done about it anyway. Why are you skipping meals? I'm so bad about eating, Kitty. I'm sorry. Hedge gets it from me. I eat because I'm a grown-up and I know I'm supposed to. But in the summer and it's hot, I'm really bad about eating. So I eat because I know I should. And I do eat. I'm eating right now. Ooh, that shape's going to be really nice. Okay, there's a bunch of this one. I think I'll just pop in because that's a nice... So, Kenny, do you guys get alligator pears? Or do you get a different kind of avocado? I'm just curious. Like, if you get mango, avocado should grow around there too, right? Late for that meal, don't you think? Yeah, it's late. I usually try to eat around 4. Shh! Don't tell! Besides, I was still out in my barns at 4. Yeah. I'll take another bite. I'll be good. Alligator pears are the big like the size of mango avocados with the smooth skin. I'm not sure they grow outside of Florida though. They're kind of like a mix between the hard little ones, the hard little green ones, and the bigger, fatter ones. You had to Google that. Does it Google? Everything Googles now, I guess. They're my favorite. I'm always happy, but they're more of a Christmas fruit. It's not the time of year for them right now. Yeah, I think I want to go around the outside a bit more. I'm not trying to make you Google, Kenny. I'm sorry. I just thought that most places where mangoes, and you talked about dragon fruit grow, that some form of avocado probably grows. You talked about guava too. Fresh avocado is just really nice. Huh? Avocado is a Christmas fruit? Since when? That's when it's... So you meant rough skin avocado? If yes, we do have rough skin avocado here and smooths. Never heard it called alligator pears, though. That's cute. They're smoother skinned. They're like a combination between the... Is it the... I always forget what they're called. Is it the Granada? The ones we get here are like a combination between the rough and the smooth skin. And they're about the size of a mango. Maybe a little bigger. The stone is maybe the size of... I don't know. I'm sitting here looking at my fist. That helps you not at all. I don't know. Anyway. They're usually around Christmas here. Winter. Maybe winter's better. It's not like we have it for Christmas. It's just all of our citrus and stuff tends to be harvested in the winter, and the avocados as well. That's when we get our yummiest avocado typically. Starfruit's more like 10 months of the year. If you know someone with a tree. But if I'm going to go get me an avocado off a tree and eat it straight up, it's going to be in the winter. Which I think of as Christmas, but yeah. There's many sizes of mango. I know. I know. I keep gesturing and showing you, and it's like you can't see. It's like you can't see. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe things without my hands right now, so I'm just giving up on that. Because I'm literally sitting there thinking, because there was mango in the store the other day, and there was little ones, and then the big round ones, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm just useless information. It's like the size of a tomato. Oh, do you mean like a grape tomato or a cherry tomato or a big beefsteak tomato yeah, I give up. My brain isn't working. I'm sorry, kitty. Maybe a little bigger than the size of a softball. Except obviously avocado shaped, they're not round. I don't always think about how much I talk with my hands. I'm sorry. I do try. I love how much the V2 rig picks things up, but it doesn't pick up what my hands do. I'm gesturing at you guys all the time. So is Edge and so is Artie. Oh. Oh well. Pardon me. Example, Donkey Stones me. My brain is fried. It's okay. My brain is just, it's gone. There's nothing left. She's being French doing hand gestures right now. I don't think of that as French. I can't help it. It was always so confusing for my kids when they were small because they all use sign. And people gesture so much around here that could be very confusing for them sometimes. Lady, it's fine. You should be less sorry and more eating. I probably should. I probably should. I'm taking a bite every chance I can make myself eat it. If I push too hard, I'll make bad noises on stream. You will not enjoy them. And I will not enjoy them. I could have sworn I just went over it. Ugh, so frustrating. Well, it'll show up. I'm not going to worry about it. That said, I've had well over 2 liters of drink today. All of my electrolytes. Milk for protein, because that was the fastest thing I could chug. There's one. There's one more hiding in here somewhere. Ooh, I like that color. All right. I'll have another bite now. That's true. You got all those hand gestures and the emojis. I gotta be careful with those though. Sometimes I'm not up on what they mean. Speaking of which, I learned that there's specific signs for each country. I didn't know British and American has changes in some signs. Oh, absolutely. You want to know the really messed up one? Australia. The Australian sign language hurts my head so bad. And you know what's really funny? They complain about it too. That's weird to me. Like, you would think that you'd be like, oh, ours is the best. It makes the most sense to us. This is what we learned from when we're little. If everybody complains about it, why would it be like it is? But I don't know. But we did ASL, and like, I had friends. It's different than like Mexican. Like from different countries, it's different. Yeah, not because Australia is not real. No, of course not. Why would that be relevant? They gave us platypuses, or platypus, and penguins. Of course, those are in South America too, I think. No, not the platypus. There you go. They got some cool stuff going on. But everybody from Australia, they'll sit there going, but is it real? So I don't know. I mean, if they're not sure, that does lend some questions. There's going to be another clump of them in here somewhere. Oh well, moving on to the next color. I think I did this one mostly. There's something I'm not looking at, I think. I've never noticed as much difference when talking to a British person, but Australia is very different. Yeah, because Australia is not real. Okay. I think I already read that. Ugh. You know, some of these bots have weird names. I have it auto-banning bots. I got some spicy names, I tell you what. I will beat them up. I'm afraid Seribot got there first. So they stay injured. Is that allowed? I thought people with medical training have more skill in injuring so that it stays done better. So I thought there was rules about that kind of thing. Maybe not. Maybe I remember wrong. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. That's not helpful. Oh my goodness. Violence is the best medicine. Okay, you can persuade me. I'm persuaded. You just want people to remember their lessons. Help them be more mannerly. Good members of society. It's really noble and altruistic, really. I've got all these scattered ones. Yep, here we go. Boop, boop. Yes, you get it. Citizens of the world, unite. Yeah. I'm there. I tell you what, I see some stuff sometimes. Okay. I saw the most ridiculous thing the other day on the side of the road. I thought it was odd that the people putting fiber optic in just leave these massive spools by the side of the road. And I'm like, aren't they worried somebody's going to take that? I know they're heavy, but it's just a little odd to leave really expensive material sitting around. But they did. And they hadn't touched it in like a month. And this spool was, I don't know, 10 feet tall maybe? And it's fiber optic. It's quite heavy because that's glass. And these two idiots walked, not with a truck, not with a vehicle, they walked up to it and they were trying to take the spool. And everybody was just watching them rail on it and try to move it and everything else, waiting to see if they pulled it on top of themselves. They failed utterly. And then the company came and got their fiber optic cable and moved it down the road and started installing it in another spot. But I was just like, use some brains. If you're gonna be a criminal, you know, why can't use some I mean, it's not like I want to help them be a better criminal, but come on. You can't do better than that. Bruh, I know. Just they're in like flip-flops and they walk up to it. It's almost twice as tall as they are, and they're trying to push it and pull it. You know how squished one of them would have been if they'd succeeded in shifting that thing? Because it was coming down on them hard if it actually did shift. Use some brain cells, people. You know, get a truck with a winch. Be creative. Nope. Of course, if they'd been that blatant, the sheriffs would have picked them up in a heartbeat. Mostly we just watched them being stupid. We had a guy on the news yesterday. I guess he was all methed out in one of the middle counties. And he swam through at dusk a lake with alligators, and he was so methed out that he did not realize that they had been tugging on his arm, and he made it to the other side, where he attacked police officers with garden shears, then tried to get their weapon, and they had to finally resolve it permanently. But they tried to save him from himself. And then that's when they found out that his arm had been a chew toy for a gator. And that did not stop him or slow him down. There's some weird people out there in the world. I'd have thought the gator would have pulled him down to the bottom of the lake. May he rest in peace. Finally a good person. Hello, Lost Chan. Ni hao. Whimsy, CEO of criminals. I'm just like, if you're going to be a criminal, do it right. You know, you should want to achieve things in life and do them well. You should make your parents proud, but if you're not going to make them proud, at least don't make them as ashamed as you could. So true, yeah. Like, if that had been one of my kids by the side of the road, dumb enough to try to steal fiber optic cable twice as tall as them in a spool, sitting there in flip-flops with not even a vehicle, not even a four-wheeler to put it in if they had managed to shift it, I'd have been calling the sheriff on them myself and said, just take them away. They're just too stupid. Take them away. But my kids are smarter than that because I raised them well. I always knew criminality ran in your family. I choose to be good. That's what I tell people. I choose to be good. It's very important to me to be good. But if I ever decide to be bad, I'll be very good at that. That's how I look at it. One should always look to excel. Being stupid is a crime, then I'm a criminal. You're a criminal. Ah, Lost. You're a criminal, huh? I'm not sure you have time to be a criminal, Lost. But you should always try to be the best that you could be. I consider myself a visionary. Very nice, very nice. Okay, now I have to disappear. Lost, you want me to raid you later? Are you going to be streaming? Is Kenny going to be in your stream too? Should I raid you with Kenny? To your own stream where he already is, probably? And he's gone. Bum, bum, bum. Why would I want to be there? I don't know. I don't know, Kenny. But I've seen you there before. Just saying. Okay, that's moderately annoying that I'm missing one number 9. I don't know how it happens. I don't know how you do what you do. You seem to be able to handle lots of streams at the same time. I admire your focus, your internet, I don't know, your ability to do that. It's truly a talent. Ah, come on. It's a trade, actually. A mighty sacrifice. Well, I am so impressed with your mighty sacrifice. Also, nice, funny-looking rooster dragon you have there. I do think it is a dragon. I did it so I could see, is it more like a steampunky dragon or more of a wyvern dragon? I don't know till I fill these things in. It's better than the poop picture, that's all I'm gonna say. I think that was the worst one. It was pretty in the end, but it was like poop the whole way through. I don't know what was up with that. It's giant fire-breathing rooster. Cool. A cockatrice. As long as it doesn't burn the barn down, it's welcome. Oh, did I forget what number I was on? I think I did. I think I just switched. Alright. Well, I've been doing 4, so I'll go back to that. Like, good mythical morning. Good mythical morning? Well, we shall see. I'm just filling in some of the middle at this point because sometimes I just feel like I'm trying to get through certain numbers, but at the same time, I want it to look like something. I mean, that's kind of the point, so I'll like shortcut making something look better ish. Okay, now I actually have to disappear. Also, roosters aren't they usually aggressive? So if they have fire breathing, imagine the horrors. I had a rooster pierce my lip once. It was a really friendly little brew, but they're just very aggressive, yes. And my glasses shined at just the wrong angle, and it just, man, he put a hole in my lip. It was something. Good luck on your whatever you're doing, streaming or homework or working or family. Oh no, Whimsy has piercing on lip. She's so metal. Oh no, it's not a piercing like that. It just literally was a hole in my lip, but it's healed now. You'll be happy to know I had salve that I had made with lots of lovely essential oils that I kept on my lip because it couldn't seal. There wasn't enough to stitch. And I kept that on it and in it for months, but now you can't really tell. Sorry. My essential oils actually did their work. I would have probably preferred stitches, to be honest. Oh. But no. I don't do the piercings thing, but thank you. Fire breathing I could get into. Piercing? Ah. How would I pass for a human in human form if I had too many piercings, huh? Not even ears? Actually, no. Not even ears. Tail? That could be cool. I don't know. I had a grandfather who believed that if you were meant to have holes in your ears, you'd have been born with them. And so nobody in the family got any kind of piercings until he passed because he was rather adamant about it. Grandpa's right. And honestly, maybe if I'd done it when I was little, but I didn't, and I'm a grown-up now. I just look at how much trouble it becomes to people over time, and I sort of feel like, whew, dodged that bullet. But when I was little, I would have given anything for pierced ears. Oh, I begged. I begged. Oh, I begged so badly. She begged for the taboo. Yep, I did. But respect. You know, you gotta respect. I think that was a far more valuable lesson. Respect, respect, respect. I miss my grandpa. He's been gone a long time. Ah. There we go. Yeah, I did beg for the taboo. What little kid doesn't? What I don't get is how many people let their minor kids who are teenagers get tattoos and stuff now. That blows my mind. Like, that's forever. He's proud of you. I hope so. I hope he's smiling. Because kids is the head of the family these days. It seems to be. But not my family. Heck no. I could not imagine, though, just like... Okay. I'm not going to say I didn't know anybody who snuck off, lied about how old they were, and got themselves a little marked up when they were, you know, underage. The parents who literally, like, go help them, and it's like, yeah, but they're still growing. You know how weird that's gonna look in 20 years? Ew. Their bodies are gonna get longer and stretchier and maybe fatter, maybe thinner, maybe more muscular, but they're not done yet. It's not gonna look the same later. And they're gonna be stuck with it. But I don't know. That's just how I look at it. It's always funny to look at a warped tattoo. Oh, it's hilarious. As long as it's not on, you know, yourself. I had someone tell me, oh, it's okay because they can remove them now. And I'm like, you think that's like a magic eraser or something? I mean, it's wow. It's amazing what they can do. Don't get me wrong. But yeah. Parents are supposed to be the older, wiser ones who go, you know, why don't you wait till your body has its kind of final evolution and then make your decisions? They can get really weird though, can't they? Especially on somebody who's gained a lot and then lost a lot of weight. Oh my gosh, it's like, what the heck was that at one point? Why put it on skin when you can put it on canvas? I don't know. And I don't think it's automatically an evil thing. I just think it's certainly an adult decision. Like, once you know kind of how you're going to end up looking, at the very least, I think I'd get bored. Boop. There we go. Although I did get a really cool burn one time that I kind of hoped would scar, because it turned out really neat looking, but it didn't scar. How do you like that? You know, I know it's supposed to be a dragon. I'm not super impressed with that one. It's prettier like this. I think that one needs to be smaller. Hi, Tomas. How are you doing today? You're fine, you think? I'm just gonna have to trust you. Yeah, it needs to be smaller. This one looks very elegant when it's smaller. It could be a wyvern. Look, it's got like treasure, maybe a little baby dragon, the wings, the haunch there, the tail. This is curled around, but I don't see front legs. I don't know. Kind of spiky ends of the wings there. I thought it looked like an omelet. It kind of does. I mean, I don't know about eating an omelet that's red. So basically most should be viewed smaller. I agree. You are hungry. Tomas is diagnosing you as hungry. Chili omelet. Okay, that's weird. 2 of the pictures have changed since. I'm losing my mind. Alright, I'm doing the gecko. Geckos are fun. They got weird eyeballs. Geico! Yeah. We've got iguanas. I don't think we have geckos. But the iguanas aren't really from here. They've more like gotten loose from people's pets and things. And when it gets cold, they fall out of the trees. But we have lots of lizards. And gnolls and things. Me neither, at least. Who wants to line up for getting whipped from an iguana? I don't love the idea of getting whipped from an iguana, but I'd rather be whipped by an iguana than a monitor. That's my hot take. If I had to pick. Has a little tongue. Okay, this feels kind of weird. I don't feel like there should be so much pink on a gecko. Do you know sickos eat them? Chameleon. They eat geckos? Or iguana? Iguana's got a lot of meat on it. I mean, I don't think I'd want to eat it, but... I mean, if you're gonna eat a frog leg or a gator tail, I guess. Monitors, though, they're like... top of the food chain, I thought. So I think they would be... not good. They eat iguana. Well, I mean, they eat, let's see, iguana eat lots of fruit and insects. They might be good. I don't know. I don't think I want to try. I've never heard of eating iguana. We eat, like, everything here. I mean, people even eat rattlesnake and stuff. They don't admit to eating turtle anymore because people get mad at them, but I know people eat turtle too. But iguana? I don't think I've ever heard of people eating that. Are you saying computer monitors are top of the food chain? Yes. Who eats monitor? Nobody. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I was talking about a computer monitor in context with a gecko. Sure. We can go there. Why didn't it? Nope. I don't think it'd be very good. Where do they eat iguana? Sorry, I legitimately don't know what a monitor is. Oh, a monitor lizard. Look up a monitor lizard, hun. They're big. Iguanas get really big, but monitors get bigger. At least in my experience. My vast experience. Yeah, I don't think they know the difference between a chameleon and a gecko. That's what I think. Oh, I thought y'all talking about a computer monitor. Iguana, I heard it's very yum. Is it? What surprises me that we don't eat it then. We have to hunt them every year because otherwise they're an invasive species here. So they've been kind of a problem in the Everglades. Along with, those constrictor snakes. Geckos are very different to chameleons. I know. But I think the person doing this picture doesn't know that. I mean, I'm doing the picture. I mean the person who... designed it. Bloop, little bitty tongue. I feel like you could showcase the eyes better. That's kind of cute. You see, that's probably a cooker issue, but that's a good thing. Less people try to hunt to cook is good. Hi, Whimsical. Hi, Night. I don't think anybody zoom out. It wouldn't be a problem. Happy? That's cuter. I think the pink spots are a bit off, though. Hi, Raptor. Hello, Night. Hi, guys. Yeah, I don't think anybody would object to people eating iguana here. They are very invasive. Literally got your stream notification exactly 10 minutes ago. Wow. I've been streaming for like an hour and 20 minutes. That's amazing. That's okay. I got a text message for a friend right as I was starting, only to realize they had actually texted it about 6 hours ago. So I guess you're doing better than me. One hour and 20 minutes in, and I got it 10 minutes ago. Or computer monitors. Twitch, for real, is an early bird. Okay. All right, well. Hi, Dwagon. Finally a good person. Hello, C. What does the fox say? Oh, that was so off key. Twitch is a little slow today. Just in chat, there is more than stream count. Got it. Yeah. I'm kind of noticing that about Twitch lately. They were being pretty accurate, but lately, I've definitely had more people chatting than showing up. But that's life. Okay, never mind. I remember he's a bad person. Oh. Huh. Alright, this one's ridiculously big, but I've been tempted by it. I'm just gonna do it. Singing the fox song. So how's everyone doing today? Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have done this. I'm out of my mind. Or tonight. I think everybody's doing pretty okay as far as they're admitting on stream. Hard to know about real life. Bro, like 2 billion pixels. Or tomorrow. I think I'm doing pretty good tomorrow. It's a lot of pixels, but because it's a basic shape that's very clear and there's so few colors, I think it won't be too bad. Famous last words. But it's been tempting me, and I just decided I'm giving in to my temptation. I'm letting my inner demons win. Meep. Nice. Me eat now. Okay, Kenny, I hope you have good food. You keep telling us to eat. You should eat. Absolutely. And try not to cause too much permanent violence to the people around you. Quick, Whimsy, ask the video reaction thingy again. I actually got a new inner demon 3 hours ago. Cool. Oh, I was thinking of going ahead because we had talked about doing like a cryptid stream. And I think what I want to do is pick a video reaction to do and do it that way. So I was thinking of trying out something like River Monsters because it's tame-ish. I'm open to suggestions. And then go from there. Because if it's a reaction, I don't want to have just watched it. But I kind of do want some awareness of what I'm playing. and we could go from there. But I was thinking about that maybe, and so it could be something like that we've talked about on stream, or something one of you wants to cover, or your new inner demon is called the ladder. My policy is truthful but maybe inaccurate, and don't differentiate between lore and behind the curtain that well. If it's a reaction video, do it with a family member. Those videos are more fun when we see the interaction between the VTubers and somebody else in the same room. Maybe. Well, I just talked to you guys because we had talked about doing a cryptid stream and you were all excited. But I've been trying to think how I can do that, because I'm not good at switching around my screens. And if I had a video that I could pause and start, I could do better as a practice to do it. I'm not saying I wouldn't do something more detailed later. Is you talking about daemons? Agreeing with the lizard. First learn how to switch around stuff. See, that's why I was thinking if I just started with a video that I could pause and start. But I don't know how to switch around stuff yet. So, like, if you wanted to talk about cryptid stuff, obviously I could go, oh, well, let's look at this website or this, that, or the other. But I don't have the skills to do that in an on-stream way yet. Without being doxy for potentially myself or other people. So, I mean, I don't have to do it. I just thought that that would be a way to do it, would be to pick a TV show to react to that way. But I don't think my kids are going to be into it. First learn how to switch stuff, or has it fallen? Were you on a ladder that fell, Raptor? I'm so confused. I thought you were teasing about having a new inner demon, but I'm not sure where the ladder's coming in. I'm trying. Is this because I haven't been watching White Knuckle videos? I rebuke it. Also, I had a middle of the night moment where I suddenly realized why you guys were freaking out that I would put Palm Princess. And that made me feel icky and weird, and so I switched it to Palmetto. And I still might not keep it, but I was just thinking of palm trees. But I realized there's more than one kind of palm. Sorry. So that's been fixed. Screw ladders. Raptors are known for being good at parkour. They don't need ladders, pal. Me too? Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes my brain isn't as quick to think of the other things can be. I'm usually pretty good about it, but obviously not always. Palmetto is probably better, yes. I don't want people freaking out. I was playing my favorite climbing horror game, and I was playing White Knuckle and found a secret place known as the ladder. And I climbed up a ladder for like 20 minutes with barely any places to rest my hands and some scary noises happening around me. Okay, that sounds pretty intense. What's wrong with Palm Princess? I like it, but I realized that when people were freaking out because I couldn't figure out why so many people were like, why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you? I'm like, what do they think? And I realized there's another kind of palm, and I don't want to be the princess of that kind of palm. Just like nice palm trees. That was it. Not something that would involve the hand. I might go back, but I that made me go, ooh, yuck. Sorry. What is bad palm? I mean it, by the way. The game actually called me cringe. And after the ladder activated cheese to see if I can find something there, I got cringed by the game. What is bad? Kitty? Nothing is bad. Everything about palms are good. Palmettos are even better. As long as you don't pick them up with your hands. I didn't notice, and you said the meaning before I saw the tag. I don't like doing things because of people who automatically think of dirty stuff, but I had people coming in and asking about it, and I was afraid of attracting people I didn't want to attract, because some VTubers do go down those kinds of roads, and I am not one of them. So I gotta think about that. But in the meantime, I left at Palmetto. I'm wholesome. I must not Google it. Dirty stuff. Palm tree, maybe. That might work. That might be better than palmetto, because y'all probably don't know what a palmetto is anyway. Guys, you don't need to Google it. There's nothing specifically. But some people were upset and some weren't, and then I realized you have... Anyway. Pomelo? Raptor? Just... We did not have this conversation. We're done. It's done. Name one person that was upset. I don't know. I had more than one coming in going, why are you calling yourself that? I'm like, why wouldn't I? I might switch it back. I don't know. But palm tree might be better. Because it's not just about you guys who know. It's also about when someone sees those tags. It was attracting some people who were not as wholesome. And I don't want that. Like the oversized oranges or whatever, I know what pomelos are, and actually they're part grapefruit, and they're delicious, and I love them, and they grow around here. Yeah, we wholesome here? Sure, more than some. That's all I... Yep, more than some. You've been pretty wholesome. I've seen some weird stuff out there. I did not... Like, my introduction to VTubers had been, like, Nuxtaku and stuff. And I found some that were not as... their rigs can do some very interesting things. I don't plan to do those kinds of things, ever. More than some. They grow around where you live. I'm moving to Florida. Love pomelo. Yeah. They're lovely. I think they're delicious. I imagine they grow anywhere that has citrus. I had no... I mean... Gonna be really honest, I don't think there's a lot of citrus growing happily in Germany, probably, but maybe in greenhouses. I probably have, but I don't remember having them. I think they're a grapefruit and some other fruit. I don't remember. Florida has everything, like, apart from warm temperatures. Well, that's not true. So, For example, crab apples grow really well here, but other things, like we have black cherries, but we don't have regular cherries, or anything that requires certain number of months to be cold or frozen, they don't grow well here. Florida has sharks and gators and hurricanes. Heck yeah. I love crocs. I love fish. I love speaking English. I love swimming. I love hummingbirds, and I love pomelo. And Florida has all of those. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Actually, I was thinking I had an Indian bottle brush plant that did not survive one of our winters. And I was thinking, did I want to replace it? Because I loved how much the hummingbirds hung out around it. May it rest in peace, well. Let's just say it was also planted badly. It was endangering my well, and water's a nice thing to have, so I made my decisions. Please replace it and set up a hummingbird cap. Ooh, that's not good. No, I don't think I would be doing that, because I feel like that is potentially a little bit doxy to do that. If you have a wide enough out shot to get all the little hummingbirds, it's hard to get them to focus too, because they're just so fast. Do you not have hummingbirds in Germany? I would think you just have different varieties. Hummingbirds, are those singing birds? No. Depends on how you angle. Don't think so, Wyvern. Hedge Mom. Hi. The hummingbirds are the ones that their wings beat really fast. And they look like they're kind of being still in the air. You live in the middle of nowhere. People will not recognize the generic grass and gators in your area. I don't know. There's some people out there that would they recognize my yard? No, but they might be able to place us a lot more specifically. Germany has barely got any good condition or a remotely close amount of flowers for hummingbirds to live, and say that to a geoguesser. Exactly. That thought it was an American thing. Yeah, I'm thinking those geoguesser people are exactly what I'm thinking about. I've seen some pretty amazing stuff. That's kind of cool. See, I figured if I did it like this, then it would actually go pretty quick, because obviously that's all sky and that's all clouds with like 2, maybe 3 colors, and then land, and then maybe water or a field. I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. Tomas could be the GeoGuessr champion. Exactly. On the one hand, they found a guy by the locations of the stars. On the other, if you only have the feeder and a wall and a shot. And it's a north-facing camera, and it's focused just off to the side and slightly blurry, and how about I finish figuring out how to have a computer that works? Then I can worry about hummingbirds. GeoGuessr see a pixelable license plate. I know exactly where this is. 1,000 points, 2 meters away. I know. GeoGuessrs are scary. I once guessed correctly that a place was not in Australia because it had the wrong color dirt. Yep. I think all of us can do some of that, but GeoGuessrs are sort of on a different level. And I have to decide how comfortable I am with that. Probably not set up a cam in my yard comfortable. If nothing else, one of us might walk by. Yeah, okay, that's a big no. What it made it worse was there was Australians guessing. If we actually guess where Wee-chan lives, do we get a free meow redeem? Well, let's not guess where Wee-chan lives. Thank you. Set up the cabin away it points up. Oh. I'm not planning to set up a cam. I just, at the moment, that is not on my bucket list of things to do. Besides, I haven't actually replaced the plant that attracts the hummingbirds. I just thought before they're all, out of the area, that might be a nice thing to do. Boop. Or points down. I think you should always have some pride in where you live. But I will say this, you're not going to get me to say, oh no, Florida's horrible. I mean, I live here and I love it. I choose to be here. I can think of a way to do it, but easier not to. Anyway, so back to White Knuckle and my new inner demon, Pride. You should be having some pride for where you are or where you're from, I would think. After I climbed the ladder for 20 plus minutes, I slipped and lost all my progress. There's stuff I like about where I live and stuff I don't. Well, okay, that is true everywhere. That is why the expression, the grass is greener, exists. Didn't anybody ever tell you about the billy goat's gruff? The grass is always greener on the other hill. Always. Because when you're on the hill, you'll see the stuff that isn't perfect. I was too distracted by whatever the thing was that peeked out at me from the darkness above. Story time? Story time. Oh my gosh. Kenny, you've heard the billy goat's gruff. You do not need me to say the billy goat's gruff. Ooh. Oh, that's a bridge, I think. That's cool. Story time. Tell us how you ended up living 45 kilometers northeast of Miami Beach. Well, first of all, we use freedom units here, so I couldn't possibly be 45 kilometers northeast of Miami Beach. And quite frankly, that feels like that would be in the ocean. But I'm not looking. Afterwards, I activated cheats and got sent to the cheat rooms, basically the back rooms, but it keeps going up. However, you were being chased by someone that freaked me out so badly that I kid you not, my heart rate actually definitely went above the average, and typically I don't get scared in games east-west. I'm just saying. You know. I don't know why that's showing up like that. That's some interesting shadowing. Tell you what, we're north of Cuba and we're south of Canada. I know, that's a lot of detail to work with. I'm feeling generous. Something that I knew was following me had, well, at least we know that she does not live 45 kilometers northeast of Miami Beach. We are getting closer and closer to guessing her location. The worst thing was, I feel like Raptor's having his own conversation here. Raptor, that game really freaked you out. It is so painful when you're almost at the end of a goal and you die and you have to start over. I feel your pain. And the worst thing was, also, she does not live in the ocean. I make a meme after. Okay. You're right. I live north of Cuba, south of Canada, and I do not live in the ocean at this moment in time. You're so clever. Dwagon, you've really narrowed that down. I think you have to worry about our attack or one of the others revealing more, frankly. I kept telling my friends, you know what would be scary? If something chased me up the stairs and it actually happened. Also, it killed me after I walked up the stairs for 40 minutes. I am dedicated. I am used to being asked lots and lots of questions and having to think really hard and really fast about my answers. All right, I think the rest of that is going to be a hill. So it's going to be like, yeah, I'm just going to get the general shape of it in here. Because I think that could be nice. I think Raptor could feel like he's dedicated. I don't know, guys. I doubt there's many other humans in the world that would spend 40 minutes walking up a staircase in a game and also spending 20 plus minutes climbing up a ladder in the same games. I disagree. I think there's lots. Because once you're there, it's like, why not find out what you're doing there? Is there a secret? Is there a reason? It's the mystery. I've done some of the dumbest stuff in video games. You sure? I would, because it was boring as heck and eerie. I'll tell you the one that really ticked me off. And I'm a big Zelda fan. When I found out I was getting all those Koroks in Breath of the Wild for poop, I was kind of ticked. It was like all that work for poop. Poop? It might be a grand joke, but I did not love that grand joke. Well, millions of kids spend a long time climbing up a ladder in Metal Gear. Oh no, the Koroks PTSD. I know, see? Totally PTSD. I felt kind of cheated, to be honest. I was like, this? All that work? For this? Golden poop? Also, should I commit le sleep? You probably should commit le sleep. How late is it for you, Raptor? As long as it's real gold and not fake. Okay, I would take real gold poop. I would. Like, give it value in the game. Give it some value. Don't just make it like a whoopee cushion joke with 999 Korok spots. That was a little much. Dragon said no before you. This is the first I've heard of golden poop. I would also be annoyed. Also, it's 2:20 a.m. any second. Gold in the shape of poop. I don't know. It sure looked like poop. And they acted like it was poop. And they gave it little flies around it. That is the only time I turned around and I'm like, you know what? I am not completionisting the Koroks. I refused. I got mad. I had done so many. First of all, there were too many for it to be fun. I mean, I got my motorcycle and everything. Went back and got my special t-shirts and all that stuff. But the Koroks, definite PTSD there. Oh my gosh. What a waste of my time. Golden poop is a variant of a Digimon. Well, that would make it more interesting, at least. I was just going to outline it, but I think I'm going to finish in this color. It's pretty. It's a nice background color. Whoa. Okay, so you guys don't like the idea of me responding to river monsters or something. And there's no way I'm going to get my kids to react with me. So I'll go back to the drawing board on how to do a cryptid stream. I'll try to learn how to switch websites while I'm doing something. I can do this. I just was trying to do something I could do. Isn't it 1,000? Probably. Do the river monsters thing. But I thought you guys didn't like that idea. You have 2 monitors? Okay, meal was good. I'm glad. Yes. You could do a slideshow. We harvested a monitor off an old computer. And we hooked it up to this one. So now we have 2 monitors. One is a really nice monitor. One is functional. Twykin is amazing Digimon fan. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Oh. Sometimes I hear that in my sleep. Hedge was just a wee bit obsessed. You can still do the river monsters thingy all by yourself if the others can't join. Well, yeah, I can. I just thought that was one that I could do, that I can still pick one that has like a cryptid as the idea and then we could kind of play with how, but I don't know how to switch to other things in the middle of it, and that would make it more fun. And he can be long-winded and boring too. I haven't watched a River Monsters episode in probably 10 years. I just remembered that there'd be stories about the local stuff and this what was supposed to be there, and then he'd go looking and see what was there, and that was kind of cool. I think my son watched all of them at one point. Over and over. I know there's like, I've seen some cool stuff from Wendigoon on that kind of thing, but he can be kind of crazy. Some people get really weird with it. I don't want that. I don't want it to be trying to go down a weird horror route. WhymsicalWyvern is a hedgehog. WhymsicalWyvern is a hedgehog. Excuse me, what? Well, then with two monitors, you can actually do it really simply by just always opening everything on the other monitor, which isn't being streamed, and then move the set up stuff over to the streaming one. When to what? Huh? All right, let's see. I think... Oh, I missed that whole big piece. I missed a bit. Like, wow, I've got this whole little hillside in. It's so pretty. Nope. There. Oh, that's kind of cool. When to what? Like what I said would just be the lazy way, a very lazy way, in fact. I don't even always successfully have pixel art with my avatar. I understand it's easy for you, Raptor. You're amazing and young and brilliant. I am so impressed by you as a human being. I am not you. I'll get there. But I don't want to learn on stream while I show things off to the world. I am not amazing nor brilliant. I mean, in theory, that's how it works, and I have thought of that. But I know that when we tried reacting, Artie and myself, to the Nintendo Direct, it was a lot more complicated than it looked. So I just have to make sure I can do what I need to do. I am as dumb as it gets, lol. Like, I can't learn new things for the life of it. Well, obviously that's not true, because you sit there in VR streaming and talking to people on chat in other streams, and that is obviously learning a new skill, because there was no VR 20 years ago. So, guess what? You learn. Yeah, okay. I was feeling it.
That's fine.
I'm probably gonna finish off this hill, and then I can come back and do sky and the bottom part later. White Knuckles isn't VR. If you thought that, no, I don't think White Knuckles is VR. I'm not literally saying that everything you do is VR. I'm saying the fact that you do VR is obviously a new thing. I know it's not brand new. I do. Oh, I mean, like, when you're saying you can't learn new things, I'm throwing your literal brain right back at you. Yes, you can, because you clearly have, because that is new. It's literally a new thing, and you've learned it, and you do navigate it well. Give yourself a little bit of credit. You probably just have trouble with things the way they teach in school because they're old and stodgy and they are boring and it's hard to focus and they probably don't let you run around or move while you're learning. Like Atlas would have never learned to read if I hadn't let him pace while he practiced. But I did, and he did learn. Some people just gotta learn stuff in different ways. It doesn't mean they can't learn. Well, the art itself is extremely simple to understand, mainly because they idiot-proofed it. You're saying this to someone who hasn't been in school for half a year now. I do understand that. I feel like you're trying to be difficult right now, Raptor. But I think you're a lovely person. Anyway, how do you like that? You're just gonna have to live with it. Even if I'm wrong, it's okay. I enjoy having you around in chat. And if I thought you were stupid, I would say so. Because I'm not a very nice person sometimes. Or more precisely, hasn't had school. Bro said half a year. Half a year is not that much, really. No, it isn't. I won't argue with that. I'm arguing about being smart. Meanwhile, people here haven't been in school over 2 decades. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I'll go with over 2 decades. That sounds good to me. Wow, boomers. I mean, my youngest graduated years ago. So, okay. I saw the speed at which Raptor clicks those Roblox games. He's fast. It hurts my head, to be honest. He's very fast. There we go. Now, I'm moderately curious. I'm guessing this is... Is this water? Probably. I have recently been diagnosed with ADHD, too. My brain functions on ADHD. Why did you add the years ago part? I have recently been... Okay. Share with the class. I'm gonna just put this out there. The tests overlap for ADHD and autism depending on who's giving them. So that doesn't mean you have no hyperactivity. But there's a tendency to just start stacking the diagnoses onto autistic people. And sometimes it's appropriate and sometimes it doesn't turn out to be a good fit. So just take that with a grain of salt, hun. But I do believe you could have some hyperactive tendencies. I'm convinced. Dr. Whimsy, in my case, it's genuinely is true. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to think how to put this because I'm not a doctor and it's not my business, but for example, people with Asperger's specifically respond often very differently to ADHD medications, even though the symptoms will overlap sometimes and be in similar parts of the brain. So you just want to have some awareness of that as you go through that process, because different kinds of doctors use different criteria. Like IRL, you might see me as a really calm and patient person. Jim from the bus shed told her that one. Heck yeah. But especially recently, I've been noticing how badly I need to have something to occupy me. You said Asperger's? If I am not doing something 24/7, I'll employ. That just sounds autistic, Raptor. It's a processing issue. You need something physical to do your process. You know what Atlas did? He's been sleeping in a hammock since he was 13. It does a huge difference to his ability to focus, is to literally sleep in a hammock. It's the proprioceptive stuff. Or you could try rebounders, or you need a good OT, and you're probably not going to get it. So you need someone to help you find the right kind of physical activity to feed your brain so that you can process things in a way that you need to, so you can be who you want to be. That's whether you have the ADHD or not. If I'm not doing something, I'll implode. Whimsy, sharing Robo-Bro secrets. Wait. You're telling me Atlas was 13? You really did that? He really was 13? Well, that was his 13th birthday present. He wanted to try sleeping in a hammock. So he's been in a hammock since then. He's 23 now. He's honest about his age. He's got it on his channel. Yeah, he sleeps in a hammock. I think it's a Nicaraguan hammock. Not the kind with the frou-frou stuff down the side, but just a nice, normal hammock. It's a joke, Whimsy. That's fine. It just... I mean... we were lucky to have people in our lives that could help us sort through some of that. But you would be surprised at the kinds of things that might really make a difference. But I would say some sort of planned physical activity that is fitting that need would help you think a lot better. Because it's a processing issue. I mean, if you have autism, you have a processing issue. The end. It is there. That is not just me. That's like part of the whole, thing. But what do I know? Can I get the processor replaced or upgraded? Your processor is upgraded. That's my theory. But what do I know? I just messed that up. You just gotta learn how to make it do what you want. That's the hard part. But you know what? Even if you didn't have a processor issue, you'd still have to figure it out. That's called life. We don't come with a manual that says, for you, this will be the perfect answer for everything. I mean, part of life is learning what is your right answers. You just have some interesting challenges in that process. But you'll figure it out. As I always tell my kids, when autistic people take over the world, be nice to me, because you guys are the smart ones. You guys are the problem solvers of the future. You see things the rest of us don't see, and heaven help the rest of us. Just remember, I was one of the ones that was nice. I was good to you. I'm half joking, but I think there's something to it. I think there's the world needs people who look at things differently. It really does. And it's just a matter of figuring out what the world needs you to be looking at. And unfortunately, that is your job. Like those Lego manuals. Imagine coming with a manual like this Lego manual. I have read Lego manuals before. But, oh my gosh. That's probably what it would look like. It'd be all complicated like that and detailed. And half the people would turn it off rather than read it, even if they had it. Gosh, that's a whole different picture. Also, me half joking, hee sprays WD-40 on your wheelchair. Well, Einstein was autistic. They think he was, yeah. Okay, when I had a wheelchair, I did take it apart and find a spot and put WD-40 on it and put it back together. But you got to be careful that it doesn't overspin the wheels. My parents were so upset. They walked in. They saw every little screw lying around in different places on my floor, and I was just stuck on the floor in the middle of it. They just walked out and said, it better be put back together later. And it was. The point of the joke was to overspin the wheels. Yep. So was the point of the real life. But no, there was a squeak. It was driving me crazy. I had to get rid of that squeak. I told him, I said, when you're sitting on that squeak, it's really annoying. I was not the demure young lady that they wished they'd had on some of that stuff, I will be honest. But I didn't complain. I just fixed it. Did you have fun wheelchair, Squeak? No, I did not have a fun wheelchair. I had a horrible wheelchair. I hated my wheelchair, and I will do everything in my power to never have to be in a wheelchair again. It was very hard to get out of, and I worked very hard at it, and I never want to go back. I probably will at some point, but nope. I hated how people would just grab the handles and take me wherever they wanted. It was nice to be able to stick things in my lap and move them around that way. That could be nice, but not ever having my hands for anything. I like using my hands to talk and be and do. Well, I never broke anything in my life, by the way. Like, no bones have been harmed. Well, I didn't actually break anything either after. But yes. I guess I was kind of broken. They had to put me back together, but no. Kind of missing out. Pro tip. You're meant to learn to walk when you're a toddler. You do not want to learn to walk again when you're bigger. Your bones aren't nearly as bouncy. And it's a lot farther to fall. Whoops. Ah. I'm going to guess this color repeats in the sky. But I'll let that do that on the next round. You be going for that perfect run score, Wyvern. Those bonus points. Am I going for bonus points? I don't know. I do need to get off of here soon so that the computer will work later for Artie. Like Ultra Kill, when you beat a level damage less, which is absurdly difficult but possible. Ah. Alright, so all of these will be 3s. That'll be easier. And those will all be 3s. Cool. Now I'm gonna guess these other colors are in this guy. That actually got quite a lot done in a very small period of time. I'm gonna guess that's like little birds or something. There was another one. Gosh, I kind of got to see it like this. Yeah, here's the interruption of the pattern up here. I'm gonna head to bed. I'm dozing off. Smoke. Nighty night. Smoke? I thought it was like seagulls maybe. You think it's smoke? Maybe. No, that's seagulls for sure. Or birds. Have good sleep, dude. From far away, building on horizon. Yeah. I think those are clouds, but it could be smoke. And then this is going to be a sun or something. Whoa, what the heck? I don't know what that was. Alright. Windows be acting up. Oh, that's interesting. It's got its own grid? How did I turn that on? Is there another color down here? No. Weird. Did that show up for you guys too? Yeah. Like it made it a grid. Huh. Weird. U.S. military drones. Sure, that's what it is. What else could it be? It's the visual glitch that happens when computer screens are processing pixels. I know, I just didn't expect it. Anyway, I think that's a good place to leave it. It's pretty. Don't worry, it happens for my programs too. Alright, tomorrow I plan to try to do something a little more, like I had wanted to do a controller game tonight, but I just, like I said, I just had to throw on what I could quickest get hooked up, and I just didn't have time, but hopefully tomorrow I will. I'll come back and finish this at some point. Well, I don't think you guys like watching me do this every single night. What's for tomorrow? Well, I'm pretty much dreading it, but I need to go back to Luigi's Mansion and do that boss, or I need to go do the Link's Awakening and figure out where the heck was I. Well, thanks for the stream, boss. Because I haven't played them in over 2 or 3 weeks, I don't remember what I was even doing. So the fact that I figured out exactly how to beat that boss is not going to help me. And I have no idea what I'm doing in Link's Awakening anymore. No, don't tell Dwagon what it's for tomorrow. Make him force himself to show up and find out. Next stream, she's gonna play GeoGuessr to guess where her house is so we can finally return home. I mean, I've thought of playing GeoGuessr, but no, I'm not probably gonna do that at this point. I'm not good at it compared to the people who are like 20 feet away. Oh yeah, I was gonna send a meme, but nah. Kenny Lee 21, because that's the only way to 3-name you. You are so busy being a tease, I tell you what. GeoGuessr with chat members worrying together with you could be fun. That would be funny. It was gonna a picture of One Piece people looking for the Whimsy. All right. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. I'm glad I got to stream it all. It was kind of a cray-cray day. I'm sorry. But thanks for popping by, everybody. And I'm glad we've had so many people. Even if a bunch of them are lurking. Uh-oh, I just lost my chat completely. Stop skipping meals. I don't know how to get my chat back. Is it a dock? Oh, there it is. Woo, I got it back. I will do my best to stop skipping meals. I'm sure that your advice will solve that. I pretty much, because I intermittent fast anyway. I only have 1 meal a day. Because that way, you know, I don't have to go while I'm outside. But I do need to eat when I do eat. It's really important, and I know it, and you say it. But Kenny, you're eating at some weird times yourself, so I don't know if you can talk. And stop listening to Jim from the gas station. His medical advice is not up to date. Don't worry. I would never go to the gas station for medical advice. Now, a vet, I might talk to a vet. You know, large animal vet can have a lot to say. I know you're over there dealing with those sheep, but have you ever seen a thingy like this? I'm not into the TikTok stuff, but there was one. I might see if I can find it and pop it on my memes. It was when a farmer goes to the doctor, and it was so accurate, it was ridiculous. Obviously, it was exaggerated, but perfect timing. Dinner's ready. Bye. Dwagon, I think that's the perfect end to a perfect stream. I hope you have a lovely dinner. I hope everybody has a good evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Alrighty? Yes, go eat. I ate. I already ate. If I eat too late, I'd have trouble all night. I couldn't lay down. You have a good night. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good evening. Bye.